Town Talk today brings Pembroke's Town Administrator Ed Thorne on set with us. Welcome, Ed.
Always a pleasure to be here, Jules.
Thank you for being here. Lots of things going on in Pembroke, but let's talk first about this new interest in building a plan for the community center. Tell me about where we are.
Well, obviously, because it's a focal point in the center of town and because there's such a need for a building such as that, almost on a 24/7 basis, over the years, we've looked at several different options, whether it be renovating the building or creating a new one. A couple of years ago, there was even the brainstorm of bringing the YMCA in from Brooklyn. So, we're sitting here, we're putting money into a building. The latest was a $70,000 allocation for a new boiler for the building to get it through the winter. And so it became obvious that we really needed to do something, fish or cut bait with that building. And so we've decided that we're going to put together a proposal for the Springtown meeting in which we would ask for engineering monies to look at a new building. Pretty much behind the existing building right now.
Okay, so there was an idea once with the Y coming in, and at that idea, the Y would have actually taken over and kind of managed.
There was some concern about that because we were going to build a building for a lot of money, and just turn it over to the Y.
Okay.
And there was some concern about that. So, and there were a lot of factors involved. And one being that the payment that the Y was planning on giving the town was probably a third or a fourth of what the debt service would have been on the building.
Okay.
So we're looking at the possibility of creating another building. It's become obvious that we can work in partners with the school department on maybe an early childhood program as well. And so that's the plan for the spring. That's going to be the big item at the Springtown meeting in addition to the $59 million budget.
Okay, so just to finalize that, you're going to ask for engineering plans to be done for a new building, for a new community center, which would be located behind where the community center is now, like in the parking lot area?
That's correct.
Thereabouts. Okay, so more to follow on that.
Absolutely.
Okay, big budget for 2015. What are some of the big items that you're looking at town meeting?
Well, we probably have about $1 million that we generate in property taxes additional every year. About $500,000 of that right now is allocated for the schools. The remaining $500,000 will go towards a fixed cost that the town normally has. That would be Plymouth County Retirement, the Mayflower Health Insurance Program, property and casualty insurance, things like that that normally go up. And that we have to pay for.
Right.
And, so right now we're factoring all those in as I present my budget to the selectmen and to the advisory committee probably on February the 2nd.
Okay, and in our last half a minute here, the police station being looked at to be expanded, or what's the plan on that?
Yeah, I think what happened in 06 and 07, we did a pretty comprehensive study of all of the town buildings, and that plan had the town hall moving over to the community center,
right.
The police department moving over to the town hall,
yeah.
And we would use the police station either for administrative offices for the school department or actually auction it off to the private sector. Right now, in my conversations with the police chief, Rick Wall, is that he just believes that probably adding on a wing to the rear of the building would be sufficient for the time being.
Great.
And as he says, the officers are supposed to be out on the road and not in the building.
Right.
So we're all looking at that. That's like our big thing for the Springtown meeting.
Excellent. Okay, lots coming up. All right.
A lot of things.
Thank you for being here today.